This is it. The final lock-on draft here, Osiris. And paint me a picture, walk me through what we can expect in this very first game for both sides.
Oh, I will paint you Spolarium because I'm seeing right now a bloodbath as how these teams right now. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on the prowess of Tan right now. He is the one who's going to use the Jace, which is, to be honest, we want him on a loose cannon. We want him on a playmaking type of champion, a Kha'Zix or a Lee Sin. But this time, he is the one who's going to full send those shock blasts, while VIE will be on a passive state with that Garen. And I'm hoping that definitely he can just make plays all across mid, as he needs to shut down BMM. But as what you mentioned, when conditioned, let's stick on to the guns of Senna, Dahao. The late game prowess, the one who's going to shred the front line and definitely dissinge. So I think as you keep the ball rolling for Dahao and the playmaking skills of Angara, they can just win for how many rounds? We saw Dahao staying onto the back
Going to
line.
be ready for these champions, for these players as well, to make plays to set up ganks. But for now, right now, it is the face steal coming from Y1 into the mid lane.
Whoa!
But you have VIE going for the smash and justice right across to BMM as they secure the first blood.
And that's the reason why you gotta respect this Garen. BMM is not a big of a question. They don't want to lose as much as they can, but Akeno, he wants to make a play or just going to peek a bit. But Tan secures the dragon. And right now, the play onto the bottom.
Body slam onto 2. Angara is very low, forced to go back away. Heroes enter to zone away the enemy team. Tower onto Tan and changes target onto VIE. But so far, they are all safe. We're in trade. They got 2 kills. And so far, this is such huge value for Team Philippines, but at the cost of a 30.
And just gaining some items, so looking for their souls, lurking around. And the focus onto the dragon lane will be a huge, intense fight.
Into the bottom lane, into the backside, taunts on 2 people. And that is the opening that Team Philippines would be able to get. Soloing and isolating Akeno to take that kill. And so far, no trades has been secured by Team Vietnam. 0-4 kill standing.
Yes, and a 0 has been relieved as they are the ones who's able to complete the first tower take.
DMM, sticky ground, the roots down onto 1. You have the explosive cast as well to CC chain the enemy team. And now Angara is a bit on a dangerous spot. However, Tan is there to go into fray, support his teammates as Y1 is very low. He has to force to retreat. And now VIE looks to go for the execute as well, but just too much knockback. And now Taku comes in to support Team Vietnam as well, securing VIE as a kill. Team Philippines has to go back, run towards the hills, and not force the fight.
Go in as hard as that, and right now the punish coming in from the east side of Vietnam.
Another fight though, Taku goes for the double man stun, however Akeno is gone. This is a 4v5, if Vietnam forces this fight, they are at a man disadvantage. Right now though, Y1 with a bait seal, double man now coming to the backside. They have lost 2 members immediately from that fight because of Y1. That is
trade. It was good for Philippines to entirely give a lot of attention to deny the powers or the map control from Vietnam, but definitely without the fate seal, there's no 2-man knock-up. So a good follow-up is layers of CC that we saw, but right now, woo!
Followed up by the body slam. Heroes enters to follow through as well. So much CC being lasered on top of each other. Akeno has to go back, running away. But DMM forced to flash over the hill, over the wall to go and retreat. A 1-for-1 trade is secured. Both tumblers are going to be down. Akeno trying to delay this fight. Tries to go for the disengage, but Angara goes for the Justice Punch. Knocks up onto Akeno, and Akeno just has to say goodbye. Pinned down, and Team Philippines was able to...
And him being tanky, they paid the price on spending a lot of the skills for him.
Skill followed up right now. Angara is very low. Justice Punch to isolate onto
this is
Y1. Justice going for the execute. Jungler is gone for Team Vietnam. Now with no jungler left for Team V, and that is an opening for Team Philippines to be able to punish Team Vietnam. 2 for null trade in favor for Team PH.
Yes, they can do Baron, but definitely the damage is still there. You have Genza. You still have Taku for the playmaker. This is 3 versus 5, the full circle of Philippines. They are banking down. They are fending off anyone Infinity. I think it's time.
Angara and VIE zoning away the enemy team. Taku and BMM. BMM is already going into the Baron's pit, trying to get information, but in the end, it's Team Philippines who will be able to secure the Baron Nasher in their favor. You have Taku
He's just
having
going
to meet BI in the bottom
this.
lane, but it's not just too easy to burst down a Garen.
Yeah, and this Baron empowered minions, it will take a lot to entirely finish the job. You can see that the turret HP has been on half, and they are going for a play onto the Baron lane.
ACO knocks up onto one, takes his enchant, but time will not go for the execute for Y1. And now Team Philippines goes for the counter engage. BMM and Genza is gone. Akino walking around, going back, and now the inhibitor in top lane is secured. Y1 hoping to defend, but will not suffice right now. Hero's entrance zoning away the enemy team, but that is just enough. Philippines is happy with the inhib turret.
And they are not just going in and going hard for the inhib turret, because PHI, again, with the split push, with the hull breaker, was able to take down the second tier tower, and right now he is still not done. As we are seeing movements, Y1, is this an overcommitment for the Philippines?
Oh, looking for the flash. Y1 goes for the solo unbound, but then immediate taunt coming in from Angara. No escape, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Now Team Philippines has the opening to finish this game. The game-ending push, the game-ending team fight. Right now, Nexus is already down to 1k HP as Philippines will strike first in the gold medal match in SEA Games.
Hitting hard and hitting blows into the skies we go. As Tan delivers the finisher onto that Nexus, but definitely Philippines did a great job. Their early game, it was a back and forth. You can't say that Vietnam did underperform. It's just that there's so many plays for both sides, but Philippines, they were able to acknowledge the important factors. It was definitely being eye on that Garen, and we already saw a Garen in the hands of Vietnam on how it is a huge problem. The conversion.
And, so this could definitely be an Lucian mid lane. We have Ziggs coming into bot lane and Gragas going in for the Bruiser, as they will lack towards the front liners for this type of composition. 3 champions are squishy for the side of Vietnam.
Yeah, and yes, they are. And with that Wukong coming in from Tan, yes, you have the overwhelming damage, but the setup coming in from Team Philippines, they just have to be snappy about this. No hesitations. They look for the target, and they will be happy to pull the trigger just to have an early advantage, and the irrelevancy of the lineup of Vietnam would be there, because a Wukong with the Cyclone is a big of a threat for any lane right now.
And here we go. Expectations has been set. Winning conditions have been placed into this game. Number 2, players have been looked upon. And right now, this is the second game of the gold medal matchup. And Osiris, this is going to be a crucial match for both these sides. If Philippines will win this game 2, they will be on match point. And if Vietnam will be able to take this, it is going to be an even level playing field in this series.
One is going overboard with the jungler. Y1, and he
the
goes
ultimates
in.
are ready. Cyclone is there as well. The flash coming in from the Angara will secure that CC, but you now have the counter engage as well coming from Vietnam. Heroes entrance, double man knockup. Y1 is forced to retreat. Angara's ultimate just forced the issue and forced Vietnam to go back over the hills. No trade back coming in from Team Vietnam.
Definitely a good job for Vietnam on responding, on going extra pressure for this Jax. This will be a good window for Philippines.
Yeah, and right now, Varus has already, or Dahao has already secured the Trinity Force. Reduced damage, but on top side, once again, another engage coming in from Tan. However, BI is in danger as Y1 looks for that trade. Hero's entrance forces Y1 to retreat, and so far that will be the 1-for-1 explosive cast though. Dahao is in danger, pinned down, isolated. Body summons there coming from Akino. 1-1 is there with isolation damage and no escape from the ADC of Team Philippines, as that will be the trade back for Team Vietnam.
As mentioned a while ago, point proven that they are going to look for Dahao again and again. Explosive Cask and BMM. They learned their lesson to block any escape at Dazarea for the play.
Nazariel with a counter strike, already gone. Damash and Justice will not connect right now. Nazariel goes for the Justice Punch as well. Knocks up onto Taku. This is a fight that both teams want to go for the Rift Herald as well.
Counter strike being spent
on the forefront of this fight. All
Piercing
members
arrow
is here to play, is here to fight, but Team Philippines will be able to secure the objective, and now Team Philippines will go and force the issue as well. But so much damage coming in from Team Vietnam. Immediate counter engage with a chain of corruption rooting down on 2 members. Now Genza will not be able to escape, but before then, he will bring 1 member along with him. Akino going to support his teammate as well to gain another, and so far that is just a clash from Team Philippines and Vietnam. It was a huge shuffle.
And was what we've mentioned, this will be a bloodbath, and we saw the back and forth. You can definitely see Dahao creating a lot of space for himself, losing all of those, the piercing arrow and the setup from Angara, catching all of the curling. Once again, a fight infinity.
Akano, body slam onto Y1. Y1 is in danger, has to flash away, but not over the wall. Tan will be able to come through. And now BMM goes for the flash as well to secure that kill. So far, both junglers are down for both these teams.
They're out in the fight, and BMM, this is what we're talking about, that he needs to be on to the champion that's even more explosive. He is looking...
And remember, Tan has the ultimate ready, so Cyclone is up. When it comes to a team fight, this is the advantage that they seek. Taku, though, zoning away the Team Philippines right now. Angara into the backside, goes for the taunt. Now Tan uses the Cyclone into the back. Y1 is knocked up, but jumps right in. Sebastian Justice will secure the jungler of Team Philippines, and now that's gone. They have to punish. No objectives that will be secured by Team Philippines so far. It is a 2-for-2 trade. Forced to flash away for VIE over the hills of the Dragon's Pit. And Angara left standing alone on topside river, will not pursue for the issue. Now being started once again by Team Philippines.
This is the good timing.
Is a bit far, but just around the horizon, will not pursue for the contest, and Philippines will secure the Mountain Drake.
And they decide
by Tan, but almost every single member of Team Philippines on this objective as well. If Y1 comes through, you have a lot of isolation that can come up. Now Angara goes in for the taunt. It is going to be a hell of a matchup as Team Philippines goes for the CC. Taku is already gone for Team Vietnam. But remember this advantage, they have to run for the hills. They have to go back. VIE will be the target for Y1, but will not go for an all-in as you have Angara just around the corner.
Discipline play for Philippines, but this is also the time for Vietnam for a huge turnaround. So they are poising themselves. They are looking for the opening. Infinity, this might be it.
Body slam coming from Akano to counter engage, goes for the Justice Punch. Stasis immediately coming right out, but Cyclone will be right out when Stasis will fall, and that will be the support secured by Team Philippines at this point. They have the member advantage. Angara throwing away the enemy team. The taunt is there as well. Chain of Corruption right out to follow up onto Angara's engage, and that will be Dahao's damage being showcased in that fight alone. Now Team Vietnam is forced to just push into the mid lane as well, but the defense is there coming from Team Philippines. Justice Punch knocks up onto Y1. They can't do nothing, will not be able to secure that kill even. Now VIE into the bottom lane.
Protected by Angara's hero's entrance. You can see Nazarea still wreaking havoc on a different lane, while Philippines, the 4 members, they are poising. They are trying to put a stand onto the Baron. Back and forth against Vietnam. They are aware Infinity.
Tan jumping into the backside. Y1 is the target, will not suffice. Change target though. Genza is now going to be the eyes on the prize for Tan. Right now, Heroes Entrance will follow up to zone away the enemy team as Angara taunts down 2 members, forcing out the Stasis and chat immediately by Akino. If Akino will fall, there's no more front line for Vietnam as well, because we have Taku defending the bottom lane, and that is good enough, forcing Vietnam to retreat.
A while ago, it was VIE who's trying to stall them, but this time around, it was Nazareas doing his best on opening the Dragon lane, but this might be a bad choice. Y1, these 2 members checking in.
That is the body slam along with the Justice Punch as a counter engage. You have the taunt as there as well. Akino being cycloned up, knocked up, can't do nothing. The CC chain is flawless from the Philippines. Double kill for Tan, and that is the power the Team Philippines is showing here in this game too. The Baron Nashor is open for them to take. No junglers available for Team Vietnam.
The pressure is on. You might be using the calling, but this is the calling wherever you will go. Philippines is there. Baron, the bottom lane. They are setting things up. This might be the objective that they need to put the nail into the coffin as Angara is playing well against Kenza, and the storm is coming in. They are not going down anytime. Philippines.
Oh! Wow, Taku, perfect timing. The Baron Nashor before they're able to attack.
And yes, they were able to get one word out of it. That's a single Baron buff being took out, but Tan to Y1, he is the one to take down. But BMM Infinity, this is a 1v1.
Yeah, and Tan is just being a menace into the backside. BMM is now the target for Tan, but not gonna pull through. The Nexus is already at half HP. BMM and Denza.
Oh my goodness.
Clearing down the wave. No more wave to push down the bottom lane. However, you have Nazarea pushing the top lane as well with a GA. That is a hard Baron laner to defeat. The TP is coming right through. The minions are pushing in, and game 2 will be secured by Team Philippines.
Match point for the gold, and the previous gold medalists are put into a halt. This is a different game, Infinity, than what we saw, because this is not the Vietnam that we saw in game 1. They are being slowed down by Philippines, and a convincing game 2. The macro play, the micro, the champion pick. I doubted them onto their draft, but this time, this is a wake-up call that Philippines is in it to win it.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. 2 games in a row of a win for Team Philippines so far in this series, with 1 game away to take the gold medal.
They are the ones who's going to utilize the Zoe. And with this lineup, I'm not sure. I'm not really confident if this is a really good pick for a Zoe. I bank on to a
Team Philippines, and on top of that, you're also looking at VIE on how he will perform on the Akali. Is he going to be able to gain access onto Corki, onto BMM? Because if they execute onto Corki, the only one left that could deal damage is maybe onto Karma if built onto an AP champion. But we'll see how that will turn out when it comes to the item composition for both these teams, as we are jumping onto game number 3, match point for Team PH.
Battle for gold, and who's going to stay at the silver? We definitely saw how good both of the teams, and this might be the last chance has been left out to try and use his barrier as well. So the pressure is on. Dahao is doing a great job on pressuring this Karma.
Right now, you have Taku and Akuno here on top side as well. Nazaria looking for that angle. The taunt is there, the double man, the Taku follow-up, slice and dice. Double man stun as well for Nazario with a flash to retreat, but will not be enough. The Ignite will take Taku down, and the kill will be secured by Angara. Now looking for another perspective as Akina is running away. The chase is there from Angara, flashing away to retreat. Y1 is catching up. The launch is there with the repose, and that will be the finishing blow and a 2-for-2.
Good play for Y1. He reposted the body slam, but still, you already have the early advantage coming in from Nazarea and Genza. Try to go on par with Dahao, but that's not how you're not going to win, because Tan is there.
A little bit of an overextension coming in for the side of Team Vietnam at the bottom lane.
That's why I already took the wheel on explaining, but then, why does Genza? They still wanted to go into Dahao, despite of having the information that Shock Blast is present, the Tan is around, and he isn't a bit far after a few seconds of launching that blast.
Yeah, and right now, the stun coming from Nazaria, followed up by the body slam as well. Explosive Fast is there, and Tan is coming here to play. Akuno is trying to run, no more flash, and that will be Philippines. Will be able to
looking for the target. They are ahead in kills, but BMM Gatling gun into the face.
1v1. Dahao with the exhaust actually slows down BMM, enforcing out the flash to retreat, and overall no casualty. However, Y1 is there in the bottom lane as well. If ever Dahao overextends, and that is it from what we have stated. But on the opposite side of the map, it is Angara that is very low as well, with Vietnam looking to pin him down. Angara running away, but this will be a kill for Akino in the end.
He is trying to give it to Genza, but with heals early on. And this might be the momentum that they need. This might be the shift that they were waiting for.
Oh, nice guy coming in for the side of Team Philippines as well. No escape coming in from MMM. Has used already the Valkyrie. The flash is on cooldown. So nowhere to hide. Now Akino use up the flash, coming to engage, looking for that perspective, and Akino is gone with the raw damage from Team PH. And now the Rift Herald spawn in the mid lane as well, attempting to take that tower for his blood, and the Shuriken flip is there for VIE. But the Rift Herald in the end will be able to secure the turret in the mid lane, but at the cost of someone's life in the bottom lane as well, with Philippines putting pressure up against Team Vietnam.
And they already respected the possibility of already not getting this, but Tan, once again, they need to be disciplined there. They are losing a lot of those small skirmishes, and that's the reason why.
The second and third item coming through, that is going to be a huge deal. And right now, though, Taku is going to dive onto VIE, forcing out the flash with a perfect execute, will not be able to escape. And now Team Philippines will lose 2 of their members to attempt on that defense in the bottom lane, and Vietnam is currently on the lead with another turret in their favor. Package as well, which has the potential to turn things around if it comes down to a 5v5 overall. Right now though, Nazarea looking for the chase onto Taku. Tan is here as well, and Gara is there to play, and now forcing out his dominance immediately to stay alive a bit longer, but will not be enough, as that is 3 members from Team Philippines looking for that kill. Now the backup is there, as you stated. The Zakano is there to play, Y1 is there as well, forcing out the flash retreat from Angara, and Nazarea is still here as Dahao comes here into fray. Nazariel looking for the stun. The flash is burned by Akino in that fight. Coming back once again, a counter engage with a taunt. And Nazarea is in danger, but 3-man stun from Nazarea turn things around, and that will be the win for Philippines from that clash.
I'm not sure if that's
Yeah, it was Angara's massive body slam, then followed up by Nazarea. It was just flawless for the side of Team Philippines at this point. However, the death rush being set up by Vietnam at this point. Taku though receiving the Sleepy Trouble bubble. Has to sleep for a bit, but will wake up just immediately right after. Infernal Drake now being started by Team Vietnam. No information by Team Philippines here. They have to face check, as Angara is there on the forefront of this fight. But the taunt is there for Makino, but you can't stay alive for long, as that will be the damage of being in the Rift. Genza is gone. This is a 3v5. CB Trouble Bubble onto Renekton, and Saku will get eviscerated, and now they're jumping over the hill. The ace will be secured by Team Philippines.
And they are going to knock into the heaven's door of mid lane. This is a possible 2 towers, as Tan will be busy on taking down Infernal Drake. There's no Baron yet, but the first ace will be delivered in 11 minutes, and the pressure is on as Vietnam needs to catch up. They are letting loose Dahao with all of those battle star.
Yeah, from a huge gold deficit. However, in that perspective, it's not over until it's over, because right now we have 3 items already built onto Y1. Now the Rift Herald spawn in the bottom lane. Team Philippines is going in to go for the gank, diving under. The Shrink will not pursue. Shuriken flip is there as well. Angara is on the face here in this fight. Look at Taku looking for the chase onto 1. The Stace is immediately actually casted out by Nazarea, followed up by the dash away to retreat. So much mobility, so much fancy footwork being spawned up, and now Dahao jumps into play with a saving trouble bubble that buys time for the rest of the crew to go and support. But Akino jumps in into the backside, goes for the taunt. 2 people already down for Team Philippines. And Vietnam is here not just to play, but to win.
They are dominating, and this is what you've mentioned, Infinity. It's not over until it's over, as the comeback will be coming in with a full circle. They are moving in to the Baron, and we know how good
PHI.
Vietnam in terms of Baron play, and they are going in and going hard.
They're diving in. They want to contest the Baron Nashor, and now Nazaré into the backside will be able to produce a lot of damage and a lot of CCs. Taco will fall down. TV is coming right in. Dahao is coming into play, and that will force Vietnam to go back and run for the hills.
He is good at it. They are letting loose the shock blast as they are aware they don't have any wards. This might be the fight infinity.
Akano going for the flash, but it just responds. Knocks up onto Tan. Why want to follow through? Knocks back with it to the skies, but that's not enough as the jungler for Team Philippines will fall. This is a huge deficit for them, and now the CP Troubles bubble will connect onto Y1. The crane back will be secured. Taco in the front lines though will be the sponge for Team Vietnam, but the access into the back lines, it is Nazarea, but will fall right after with the damage of Vietnam. This is a 4-for-2 trade with Vietnam taking it back. Philippines at this point, it's a little bit play of a tag your it in the Elder
Back and
Dragon's
forth.
pit.
So they are looking for, they are going in
Here
infinity.
we go, the Justice Punch along with the flash goes to connect onto Chan, but an immediate punish as Dahao will be gone. The jungler of Team Philippines will be next as GA will be popped, but two of the members of Team Vietnam is steadily waiting. Now the Elder Drake is open for Vietnam to take down. Angara is there though to buy time and get that information, but you see Nazaré now pushing in the mid lane along with Dingay. This is a perspective that they want. Even if they lose the Elder Drake, they still have value in their favor. And right now though, Akano is attempting to delay the recalls, is denying the retreat from Team Philippines. Dingay has to run. PMM is here to do it, and that will be the kill for Vietnam.
Walk into the park as Nazaré accompanied by Y1, but oh, that huge minions was able to take him down. The grand challenge, but you know, highly mobile Riven is, and they are starting the Baron.
That's a really good situation right now for Team Philippines at this point, with the Baron Nashor being secured by Vietnam. This is the turnaround that they're looking for. This could be the very first game that they
remain
win.
untouched with all of the damage that they are dealing. Instead, the Battlestar not making of a merch work because there's a lot of openings for Y1 to just dive in to take down Dahao again and again.
It's just a very dangerous position right now for Team Philippines. Their last hope to defend the Nexus is here, but Vietnam is focused on the Nexus, as that will be the first game that Vietnam will secure in a gold medal matchup.
No 3-0 for today as Vietnam will hit back with their own medicine.
What a game that we have just seen, Osiris.
Yeah.
Vietnam showcasing that we cannot belittle this team, their huge experience and their huge knowledge in the game. As you have
go for it, Jax. This will be Nazarea's Fiora going up against Taku's comfy picks. This is all comfort picks again, Infinity, and I am much concerned to Philippines playmaking once again because they are well aware how good Angara on the Trakan, and they might just
to put pressure up against Team Philippines.
Yes, and it will work if they are going still with the same formula that what we saw from the pressure from game 2, the hull breaker, the split push, and it will only work once they nullify Taku's playmaking skills, once they deny Y1's roaming potential. So Philippines, early game is the key to stop Vietnam, but on game 3 we saw when they got the ball, they are the ones who's going to roll.
All right, we'll see whose team is rolling right now for this game number 4. Welcome everybody into the Rift. Match point for Team Philippines with 1 game for Team Vietnam already. We'll see if they can turn things around, but at the moment, huge pressures for both sides and for both teams.
And Angara is going to start onto the mid lane as easy as that.
Yeah, and the huge punish up against BMM, that's already good enough from Angara's capabilities showing up here early on. And now that is a force for Akano to roam around and go into the mid lane as well to support on BMM.
And you can see the Winds of War being spent. Good
Zoe's the
block.
next target. For Angara. So much
Oh!
damage. Genza is very low, forcing out the flash. Will not secure the first blood just yet. A bit too quickly there, but Team Philippines.
They waited for Akeno's rotation and accompanied by Genza after you respect the wave clear of Dahao, and after he cleared the wave, he responded to the river movements. So really good read once again from the Philippines, and cost them 2 summoner spells for Genza. I mean, I understand if he spent the flash, but the ghost just to escape, I'm not sure if that's a good decision.
And the thing is, Zoe is useless at level 1, right? There's no dash right now, though. Before that, we have a fight on the top lane with Akano receiving a lot of damage, and Naslaria as well in the same way. Will not go for an all-in, so no casualties so far. And going back, I mean, level 1 Zoe, no escape, no CP trouble bubble, so that was just a difficult time for Genza.
I'm not sure if they should be aware with this rotation.
Oh, wow! Turned that kill with Dahao, not even using the flash.
And what's good about that, but onto the replay first, you see all of those flashes being spent, and BMM was a bit late onto the party, eyeing onto that last Sonic wave, but the wave is huge for Dahao's side of the tower, but you can see a bit of a glimmer. Void Assault.
And it's
going in.
Support Repulse is there. The front connect. Rakan following up with a grand entrance. That is no escape for Akano. And now Philippines has secured their second kill in the game.
They wanted to take down Fiora, but Angara's play, the quickness is stopped. Y1 to eventually go for his huge play. 3 members, once again, they are pressuring. And there's no way that Y1 can answer this. Nazarea overextending.
Wants to defend, double man stun.
Flash key burst.
Now you have Y1 as well. Dragon's Rage onto Tan, but jumps in to go back and retreat. And then Gara will fall as he is isolated from the crew. Vietnam will take their first kill in this game.
Oh, this is looking bad. They need to exit. Waves are crashing. 3 versus 2.
You have Taco in the front, Riposte is there, denying a bit of damage coming in from Vietnam. Not enough though, as that is 3 members looking to go kill him.
And they are punished eventually by overstaying. They are not well aware of that ward.
What the fans want. A very, very close matchup so far. Right now, though, Mountain Drake being started by the Philippines. CP Trouble Bubble onto Angara. Could be a follow-up coming in from Akano, but denying it for the knockback. And right now, the Mountain Drake is already very low. Hero's entrance to secure the deny and the zoning capabilities of this team. But you have Nazarea into the back line. Going in for the flag with that, taking the Mountain Dragon. It is a steal from Team Philippines. And Taku being isolated. Make it a third kill.
And there's no objective left. Job's done. But they paid the price.
Farm on to Genza with the quickness from Anga.
Okay, they respected the possibility of engage when they got the information that Y1 is around, but they got the wards.
Tan jumps in, the Dragon's Rage onto Tan as well with CP Trouble Bubble, but will not be enough to secure that kill. The follow-up coming in from Genza with a flash as well onto Tan, but not sufficient enough. The damage is not enough. And you have Vietnam looking for that kill. Wind Slash will not reach the champion.
They're playing it safely with the quickness into the grand entrance and then the burst, and then they're just going to bail out before the full cycle of heroes entrance. They are already gone.
The grand entrance into the backside disengages onto Vietnam's attempt for that contest on the Drake. And now it is Akano who is down. A member advantage for Team Philippines. Genza using the flash over the wall, but Bingay is there to play. Nazarea to follow up, comes into fray as well. And Genza cannot run. You can dash, but you will go back. And when you come back, Team Philippines who is waiting.
And yes, this will be a good move coming in from Vietnam, a good objective trade. But how fast they can finish this, because Tan... so
that
close,
was a bit
so
scary.
close. So close indeed, but he is hot on his heels. He wanted to take a kill, but Taco is there. This will be a big CC if ever Tan will be locked down.
Flash coming in from Being Eye. You have the grand entrance from Angara though to go for the counter engage. Being Eye going to run away, and that will still be a secured kill for Akino with Ignite taking him down. But Akino has overextended. 4-man people waiting to get that kill onto Akino, and Team Philippines will secure that trade back. Right now, it's a bit of a shuffle on the left quadrant jungle for Vietnam and Team Philippines alike. Y1 is still here, hoping to get that smite in onto the blue buff, but will not be enough.
Yes, and as much as other members, they want to take down Tan.
And this is what we've mentioned a while ago, that Vision Game will be really, really crucial for Vietnam, especially that they have the map control disadvantage right now. The Rift Esports being spawned on top lane, will secure the first turn, and that will be an opening for them to go for the engage. But the Dream by quickness and the grand entrance from Angara will go and initiate that fight, but will know
onto the flip side.
No follow-up from Team Philippines at that point. Nazarea, as you have stated, in the bottom lane has taken a turret
on their reset. And this is looking bad, establishing their own death brush.
Oh no. There's a bit difficult as Akino has shown up. But you have Being Eye left alone, standing across every single member of Team Vietnam. And that isolation from Vietnam will gain them the member advantage. However, Angara will set up the play for Taz to follow up. Akino going for the hero's entrance to go for the counter engage, and that will be a kill coming from Team Philippines as Denzel will fall down. Now, in the middle of that fight though, a little bit in danger as the flash will be burned, not enough as Team Vietnam will secure that kill. And now while that's happening, Nazarea is split pushing on the top side as well. A little bit more pressure coming to the side of Team Vietnam. Grand entrance hoping for that knockup, but will be denied for the knockback as well of Vietnam's lineup. Y1 a little bit low, hoping for that kill. Tan jumps over the wall to escape that fight and will leave Angara standing in the jungle. Infernal Drake will be initiated once again by Vietnam.
He got the Void Assault. He was able to escape, and here comes the Teleport Infinity. They still got it! No way!
200 HP remaining for that Infernal Drake. Almost has taken it down, but Tan still able to make that out.
They are executing Infinity!
Yeah, they're just diving into the turret. This is the confidence of Team Philippines. They have so much gold.
They got
on top of that, securing the inhib turret in the top lane is already good enough. But the Baron Nashor in their favor as well.
Game ender.
Super minion waves is pushing down in top lane. The Nexus is open, and this is Team Philippines' signal to be able to push it down. 3 members, the only one left standing to defend that Nexus from the top lane push. However, Team Philippines is playing a bit more safe. They want to push down the mid lane, and this is the perseverance that they have shown. The power of the Philippines is being put across to Southeast Asia. The Pearl of the Orient has shown their light across the... And your 32nd SEA Games Quadruple Gold medalist is Philippines.
Pilipinas victorious. A year of redemption. They may have failed from last year, but this time backed up by Vansu, a League of Legends coach. PC that went on to SEA Games as well. PG, a League of Legends veteran from LoL PC who went to Worlds. This is the team built for greatness and homebound gold medal. Pilipinas, the champion of 32nd SEA Games Infinity. A well-deserved win, and congratulations to Vietnam for, of course, receiving the silver medal. And a good fight, I must say, fairly close.
Yeah, and a showcase of dominance, a showcase of mechanical prowess here in SEA Games as they take the gold medal today, representing the Philippines, representing the region, taking another medal for the country. And right now, just a phenomenal play from this team overall.
The first gold of our country. And we already got the women's division gold medalist from last year under Grind Sky. This time, Negma Galaxy, representative of Philippines. The full circle of Wild Rift. The first gold to be taken home. Lakad matatag indeed for our players, and what a champion. Congratulations to everyone. Oh my goodness. Intense.